Good afternoon and welcome to the State of the Campus 2024. It's great to see so many of you here, and welcome to those of you that are joining online. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize some special guests. We have with us today Jenna Hausman, who is the CEO of Children's Hospital Colorado, Tom Grono, who is the President and CEO of UC Health, University of Colorado Hospital, and Liz Concordia, certainly not last but not least, Liz Concordia, the CEO of UC Health. So we thank them for joining us today. I'd also like to welcome my colleague here, Ellie Streifer, who is our ASL interpreter for this afternoon. I've thought a lot about what I might say today, and I realized that what might be most meaningful would be to tell a story. Not so much in an effort to review our strategic priorities, though perhaps a more in-depth refreshment of that discussion should start soon, but rather a story about where we are as a campus today and how we got there. We have many, many visitors to our campus, to our academic institutions that come to our campus every year from other institutions. And what strikes me most about meeting with them is that literally there is a uniform sense of marvel that they express when they look out at this campus and see what has been accomplished. Not just in bricks and mortar, but in the totality of what they see, and in the undeniable energy and spirit that permeates this campus. And that's because of this story. And it's actually a story about you. What you, the faculty, the staff, and students, and our partners at our affiliate hospitals have created to get us where we are today. On this campus, I believe we are in the business of hope. We inspire hope by training outstanding future leaders, by exploring new frontiers, and by setting the standard for quality of care. By thinking big, by dreaming bigger, and by working together to turn what could be into what is. Our story as a campus started as an idea, a dream to become a destination known for the latest in science and research and the highest quality healthcare. But more than anything, a dream to inspire hope through new approaches and new solutions. Today, we can be proud to call ourselves among the country's leading academic medical institutions, and we continue to advance. As we've grown, we've made tremendous progress by nearly every measure. Let's look at some highlights. Our faculty attracted $910 million in total new research funding last year, and that is an astonishing achievement. One highlight was a $2.3 million NIH grant in support of a head and neck cancer spore led by Dr. Antonio Jimeno and XJ Wong. We are home to one of just 4 spores in the country for those cancers and leading the way in developing novel therapies. Among the many was a $3 million Department of Defense grant to Dr. Ian Stanley at the Firearm Injury Prevention Initiative for a study examining firearm safety in populations with post-traumatic stress disorder. Led by Dr. Emmy Betts, the initiative itself was launched last year with a $4.5 million commitment from the School of Medicine. It has become a trusted resource for research and for solutions, and there has never been a time when those were needed more. And we're off to an amazing start this year. Just one of the example of that is that this summer, researchers at the Colorado School of Public Health Lead Center, led by Dr. Donna DeBelia, were awarded a $17.8 million grant from the NIH. It's part of a national program studying environmental exposures during pregnancies and the influences on the health of children. Our robust research enterprise has not gone unnoticed. We were ranked number 19 in the world and number 12 in the US for health sciences research, according to Nature's 2024 index report. In terms of total revenue beyond research, CU Anschutz, just the university, topped $3 billion last year, up by over 40% in the last 5 years. And our economic impact as a campus, including our hospitals partners, now tops $11.5 billion. And as we are fond to sometimes say, that's a bit larger than the ski industry in the state of Colorado. We continue to grow outstanding people to our ranks. Our faculty has grown to more than 6,500, our staff to over 5,900, and our student enrollments are steady at 4,500. Speaking of students, Yesenia Matterford, a first-year student in our nationally ranked physical therapy program, is a shining example of the kind of people we attract. Hailing from a tight-knit community in El Paso, Texas, Yesenia's passion for helping others led her to pursue a career in nursing. But after witnessing her mother's journey to her recovery from a stroke, Yesenia found herself drawn in a new direction. She was inspired to apply for physical therapy training after seeing her mom at her most hopeful when she was learning to walk again. Today, Yesenia is not only thriving in our PT program, but also inspiring others to consider careers in their field. In terms of clinical care, the CU School of Medicine faculty alone treated nearly 775,000 unique patients from every one of Colorado's 64 counties last year. If you think about that, that's nearly 13% of the population of the state of Colorado. With our hospital partners, Children's and University Hospital, we had more than 2.6 million patient visits on the campus this year. Every time I say that to a crowd of donors, I have to apologize for the parking. I'd like to recognize again our partners, Jenna, Tom, and Liz. Organizations rise and fall on leadership, and we are very, very lucky to have those three at the helm. Please give them another round of applause. We continue to rise in the rankings and elevate our reputation. Our hospital affiliates again rank #1 in Colorado, University of Colorado Hospital for the 13th consecutive year, and Children's Hospital is again ranked among the top 10 pediatric hospitals in the United States. The latest U.S. News and World Reports have the School of Medicine as one of 16 top-tier research institutions. The School of Pharmacy is ranked at 15, which is in the top 10% of pharmacy schools nationwide. The School of Public Health is ranked at number 16 out of 213, which is an amazing trajectory for a school that itself is only 16 years old. And the College of Nursing is #1 in our state for both its bachelor's and its master's nursing programs. The School of Dental Medicine was named an Apple Distinguished School for Technology and Innovation in Education. And the Graduate School has served as a foundation of our strengths, recruiting and supporting outstanding scientific trainees. Philanthropy was another bright spot last year. Scott and Arthur and his team with the faculty have really done amazing work. That work inspired $243 million in philanthropic support, taking us to over $2.2 billion in private money raised since 2015. Some high-profile news came this June with a $2 million gift from the Celine Dion Foundation to advance progress in autoimmune neurologic disease like the stiff person syndrome, a disease that Celine has been treated for on our campus under the care of Dr. Amanda Piquet. The Grammy-winning singer thanked Dr. Piquet at the world premiere of her documentary in June. Here's a clip.
In finding ways, Dr. Piquet, in finding ways to manage and treat my condition, Dr. Piquet has delivered a very, very important result for me. She has replaced my fear with hope. I'm so happy to share this with you tonight. I'm privileged to announce our support of Dr. Piquet's work and research through the creation of the Celine Dion Foundation Endowed Chair in Autoimmune Neurology at the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus.
I said at the beginning, that we're in the business of hope. Dr. Piquet couldn't be with us here today, but I'd like to thank her on behalf of all of us for delivering on that promise. Dr. Piquet is only one of many of our experts called on for their knowledge and their insights. This summer, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden visited the Ludeman Center as part of the White House's initiative on women's health research, and Dr. Jackie Bainbridge testified at the United Nations on cannabis education and clinical trials. Our faculty are regularly tapped by national media. Last month, Dr. Joel Stoddard appeared in a CBS News segment on the impacts of social media on kids. Dr. Dan Pastula was interviewed by the Today Show this fall on the West Nile virus, and by any number of media outlets in the last week following the recent outbreak at your favorite restaurant, McDonald's. And Dr. Christopher Liu contributed to NBC and Wall Street Journal stories on rising colorectal cancer rates. Speaking of experts, we were delighted to welcome another expert and a leader this past July. Dr. John Sampson joined us as Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs and Dean of the School of Medicine. He brings a tremendous vision to this role, and I think brings opportunities to help us build even more positive relationships with our partners. A neurosurgeon by training, Dr. Sampson has vast experience in academic medicine and a passion for fostering the next generation of medical providers. We're lucky to have you, John. When it comes to education and training, we are creating new ways to expand our reach. The School of Medicine celebrated a partnership of the U.S. Air Force Academy and our Combat Center last April. Through partnership with Bloom Healthcare, College of Nursing students can try out careers in geriatric care. In the Skaggs School of Pharmacy, a Rocky Mountain remote pathway makes our PharmD curriculum accessible to students in rural Colorado and beyond. At the Colorado School of Public Health, the inaugural cohort began our first of its kind Climate and Human Health PhD program, the first in the country. A new senior special care clinic at the School of Dental Medicine is making oral health care easier for people with disabilities and older adults. And the graduate school is mentoring early career scientists through a partnership with a brand new center and has begun centralizing a grant training office. All across our campus, we remain committed to elevating student, faculty, and staff experience by investing in our people. That's why we're working on improving onboarding and orientation, enhancing professional development, and working to make CU Anschutz a top place to work and to learn. We were encouraged to be recognized by Forbes as one of America's best large employers in 2024 and among the best employers for new graduates. We are focused on building a vibrant and connected environment. Many of you took part in recent survey efforts assessing our culture. We were heartened to see that we made progress in many key areas, but the data also show very clearly that we have a lot more work to do, and we will continue our efforts to create a welcoming and inclusive campus environment. We also have to continue to add resources to support your mental health and well-being, like a new program that offers tools to improve sleep and the 24/7 counseling service for CU Health Plan members through Live Health Online. You're the ones that make this campus a special place that it is, and we want you to feel like you're part of a community. A campus-wide connection initiative launched last month and is one way that we're working on that. You may have seen that messaging around a place to connect at the block party. There is much more to look forward to. And our work doesn't stop at our campus boundaries as we continue to make strides in the community. Through our Resident Leadership Council program at the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement, we are collaborating with North Aurora and Montbello to address some social determinants of health. This fall, our Department of Psychiatry and Children's Hospital led a youth mental health academy, connecting community members with resources and care for kids. A permanent clinical facility, the Aurora Wellness Community, opened last August, just a few miles south of campus. In its first 6 weeks, the clinic saw nearly 300 patients, the majority looking to establish care with a new primary care provider. And we'll reach more Coloradans statewide through our Rural Track program with the passage of a bipartisan health bill that supports expansion of the rural health workforce. When you add all that up, I think it's safe to say we've come a long way. But as we look ahead, we know we face some challenges. Our country takes to the polls a week from today. I don't think it's any understatement to say that the outcome of this presidential election could pose an existential threat to the future of academic medical centers as we know them today, and ultimately to our ability to treat the patients that we serve. Legislative threats from both the federal and state sides are equally concerning, from attempts to intercede in the physician-patient relationship at the federal level, to the redefinition of community benefit and facility fee accounting at the state level. These and other factors combine to create a set of economic concerns that are significant, not only to our university, but to our partner institutions. And we should be very clear that the economic health of our hospital affiliates has a direct bearing on the economic health of the university on this campus. We are in this together. We are partners. The three major elements that allow us to invest in incremental gains in the academic mission continue to be the clinical revenue margins from our practice plan, support from our affiliate hospitals, and philanthropy. The first two of those are under pressure for the simple reason that everyone is making attempts to lower the cost of health care, as they should. The issue is how that's accomplished. We would be naive to think that this pressure on us and on our partners doesn't represent a challenge going forward. Which leads me to the topic of what I believe is our innovation imperative. It is very clear that we need to find new ways to generate growth, and that growth will only come through innovation. Innovation and its companion, which is risk tolerance. These are areas where we need to excel. They are what set us apart, and I believe what can draw good people here, and where we will keep the accelerator down as we head into our next stage. It's also because of our focus on innovation that we're able to turn what is one day a dream into a discovery the next. We will continue to invest in areas that we know will shape health and medicine in a fundamental capacity, like artificial intelligence, which is obviously advancing at a breakneck pace. And while there are reasons to be wary, the wonders of AI for health and medicine offer amazing opportunities to embrace. From early Alzheimer's detection to sepsis prevention to real-time clinical decision-making, the possibilities are seemingly endless. We have exceptional teams and highly connected resources in place, and we're going full speed ahead. Novel therapeutics is another such area for us, and that includes cell and gene therapies. With the launch of the Gates Institute in 2023 and our capabilities at the Gates Biomanufacturing Facility, our faculty are blazing new trails in therapeutic development. They're driving research and clinical trials, including 5 first-in-human clinical trials for CAR T-cell therapies manufactured right here on this campus. The latest trial opened last week in partnership with Children's Hospital. It's a CAR T cell construct called CD19x22, a white blood cell that is engineered to target receptors on the cancer cell's surface. Developed by Gates Institute Director Terry Fry, the therapy has shown promise in adult patients with aggressive lymphomas. Now Dr. Vanessa Fabrizio is leading a pediatric trial enrolling patients with a subtype of leukemia who have either relapsed or whose disease has not responded to traditional treatments. Last Tuesday, a patient with acute lymphoblastic leukemia became the first to receive this therapy as a part of the Children's Hospital trial. Here behind me, you've seen a demonstration of how that process unfolded. This moment marks a major step forward in cancer care and gives cause for new hope for those living with serious diseases. And there's much more on the way. As developments like these move from clinic to market, external partnerships, are essential. And CU Innovations is at the center of that work. Just look at your achievements since 2016. 44 new companies launched, over 1,800 patents filed, 1,220 inventions developed. We've been listed among the top 20 in the world for tech transfer, named a top 5 innovation hub by the NIH, and ranked as the number 4 leading academic institution by Nature's Innovation Index. As a campus, we remain focused on strategic investment in new therapies, interventions, and devices that can benefit patients and fill unmet needs. Our largest investment in this area is one I highlighted last year, Refine Science. It's a partnership between the university and UC Health, and it's using big data and basic science to speed novel drug development. The effort includes a joint venture with argenx called Oncoverity that is advancing a precision medicine to treat acute myeloid leukemia. Earlier this year, Oncoverity launched its first phase 2 multi-center trial, and it's actively enrolling patients now. And there are 3 new data sets under development at Refine Science with the promise of saving more lives. Last year at this time, we just finished reviewing applications through the Anschutz Acceleration Initiative, made possible with a $50 million gift by the Anschutz Foundation. The winning teams are making incredible progress, speeding healthcare solutions, ready to make direct impact on patient care in the very near future. Here are 2 examples. Dr. Eduardo Davia and his team are addressing gaps in cancer treatment by developing personalized cellular immunotherapies to treat solid tumor cancers, which make up about 90% of all cancers. And Dr. Jay Cherie Kalpathy-Kramer is leading a team focused on AI-assisted imaging. They're using the human eye as a window to assess overall health and advancing the growing field of oculomics. So that's the story. We've come a long way. We face challenges ahead, and we're committed to innovations. But once again, what does it all add up to? What is the next chapter? I think we're at an inflection point in the history of our campus. We are, I think, a great academic medical center, but we aspire to be a truly exceptional academic medical campus. And I think the energy is here to do that. University of Colorado Hospital, Tom Greneau, has a goal to see that hospital in the top decile in the next 3 years. And Dean Sampson is prioritizing taking our School of Medicine into the top 10 of the country. We can do both. I think we will do both, and do both soon, because of the very people in this room and on our campus. We will do it because you aren't afraid to dream big, to do what's never been done before. You aren't daunted by the unknown. You aren't slowed by what-ifs. You're driven forward by them. Your work is inspiring, and we look forward to telling your story far and wide with a new advertising campaign beginning in January. In preparation for it, our new advertising agency visited people all levels in all the organizations across this campus. The overwhelming sentiment, what came through loud and clear from you, is that at the CU Anschutz Medical Campus, you're only limited by what you can dream. It is your dreams, your discoveries that have brought us to where we are, and your dreams and your discoveries that will take us to where we want to go. If you ever need a reminder, it's evident in the care we provide here, in the lives transformed and the lives saved. Every day, people like Doug Scanlon and his wife Kendra and their 3 kids gain new hope in the face of illness and disease. Doug was just 48 when he learned he had stage 4 colon cancer that had spread to his liver. When he began a treatment plan at a community hospital, he was looking for options beyond the standard chemo and radiation regimen. Unwilling to accept a prognosis of control, not cure, with an estimate of 18 to 24 months to live, Doug sought out our experts at the CU Cancer Center, where the multidisciplinary team worked with him on a new path forward.
When the original team said, listen, this is very advanced and we will treat you, but you need to know that the goal here is to control, not cure. They even gave a prognosis of 18 months to 2 years. He was 48 years old. And I looked at you and I said, scrub that number from your head. We do not accept it.
What Anschutz did is brought a lot of hope and encouragement for a different path. One of the things I said to Dr. Gleisner when we first met was that I didn't want to live with cancer. I didn't want to be just in maintenance mode, throw everything you got.
I explained that we offer a lot of innovative treatments here at the University of Colorado Cancer Center, and that metastatic colorectal cancer to the liver is not always considered a death sentence. And in fact, there are a lot of things that we can do and a lot of treatments we can consider in his case. The hepatic artery infusion pump is a pump that gets implanted in the lower abdomen, and essentially it infuses chemotherapy directly into the liver. It's a way for us to be able to give chemotherapy in addition to additional systemic chemotherapy without giving additional toxicity to patients. The goal of adding the pump to his treatment regimen was to be able to shrink those tumors in his liver so that we could eventually get to a point that they could be all surgically removed or treated.
The pump was a complete game changer.
Not only for the treatment that it was going to provide, but also the side effects that it was going to remove. It meant an entire change from what I was going through prior. We go to the CU Cancer Center to find more options, and we're saying, hey, give us all you got because we can take it. And then you give us an option that is very targeted, reduces the side effects, and has great efficacy. I mean, that's about as big a grand slam as you could hope for.
We got to that goal. So about 1 year later, we got everything removed. The day that we get to deliver good news is absolutely the best day. And thankfully, we've had so many of those visits with Doug. I do remember giving him a hug and him telling me that you were the first person to give me hope.
We needed them as scientists to get me to the goal line.
And they are incredible scientists.
Yeah.
Through this experience, I've learned that hope and attitude and things like that play an extremely important role.
We are incredibly blessed.
I got to see 2 kids graduate. Got to go to a couple weddings. Among the decisions that we've made as partners, or even in my entire life, I don't know that there's one of more significance to our lives, our family's lives, than that switch to the CU Cancer Center.
You're not just a cancer patient. They actually care about you and what your outcome is.
That in and of itself actually helps perpetuate the hope.
We are honored to have the Scanlons here with us today, along with some of Doug's team care members. Please, let's give them a hand. I don't think that applause could last long enough. As we close this afternoon, I have one simple wish. We ask you to keep dreaming big, to keep your sights on what's next. Because it's your ideas, it's your passion, it's your hard work that will bring new horizons into view for people like Doug. Together, I believe we can make CU Anschutz a beacon of hope and a place where dreams come to life. Thank you very much. Please join your colleagues in a small reception outside and have a great evening, everybody.